Hello guys, welcome back. So we have only the mouse left. I need probably two tutorials for the last part, and it's also one of the most complicated parts of the facial expression. Let me start with duplicating my nose controller and Control D to duplicate it, and then just drag it and position it where my corner of the mouse is, maybe over there. Okay. And then I can start renaming that. So modify, search, and replace names. Now search for nose and replace with nose underscore left underscore mouse, or mouse left underscore left. Okay, and apply. Okay. Probably better with AC left mouse, but you know, you can do either way. Control D to duplicate this guy and drag it to the other side. I'm gonna rename this guy from left to right. Okay, I also wanted to flip this guy here. Grab that and then flip it this way. I'm gonna tap in negative on the scale X. Okay, so now when I drag them in the object mode, I have this behavior symmetry. Anyway, so that's the controllers. Let me go create my blend shapes. Oops. It's gonna be underneath sculpting, shape editor, and drag it over here, maybe. Okay. And I need to organize my hierarchy here. Let me grab my eyebrows. It's gonna be these. These. Control G to group them. That's gonna be my eyebrow. Oh, blend shapes. Close that, and eyelid. And eventually the other ones. Don't really care. Maybe just call them cheek, nose, blend shapes. Okay, so that's all the organization there. And then let me start creating new shapes. So one target here, I'm gonna call this guy mouse corner up. Okay, I'm gonna go use my sculpting to make sure that I defreeze those ones. And also turn on symmetry. And then use the grab and just drag the mouse up. Oh, that's too big, so smaller brush. Okay, let's make her corner go up. Okay, how far you go depending on what kind of result you're looking for. And sometimes it's more like trying to figure out, you know, the best personality of this character. Let me turn on wireframe so I can see what's exactly going on. And because of the pushing, I can maybe have this part of the face go up. And I'm also gonna make the lip thinner like that. Okay, you can spend a lot of time doing fine tuning here. I think I'm doing too much thinning, so let me Control Z go back a few steps. So just getting thinner a little bit. It's not gonna do. It's not going too much anyways. So okay, and then just push the front inwards just a little bit, and we should be good. Don't like what's happening here, so let me just do some tweaking. Alright, so this is the mouse going up, the corner going up. I'm only gonna go up, not gonna go sideways, so that's why it looks a little weird, but it's just going up. I'm not gonna go the other direction in this pose. But yeah, let's this guy. And to actually break this into left and right, I need to use my blend divider 2.0, which is this guy, which has nothing. Let me load my blend divider somewhere. Let's see, blend divider. Where is it? Oh, here. Open fair location. Oh, not even there. So where can I find it? I need to grab it from the internet. You can go to the forum and go underneath rigging section 01 blend divider 2.0. Go download this guy. Okay, and I'm gonna right click and extract it, and then drag that in and to Maya, and then run it. Okay, so blend divider right here. I don't need anything here, just divide it into two parts. Make sure that you turn this one on and turn the other guys off. And also I don't need any eyelid following collision. Just trying to make things as clean as possible. Make sure I don't have snare or anything. Here are my controllers. And to be more clean, I can also turn off the envelope of the skin cluster, so everything is just the blend shape. Let me just do some more tweaking. I think I don't like what's happening here with that really sharp line there, so let me do some just grabbing to fix that. Alright, that looks better. So let me go select my model and create plane. It's gonna create two poly planes. Grab those two planes, Ctrl G to group them and center pivot, and then you can just squeeze them in like this, and then grab the model, and then make blend shapes. It's gonna take a little while to create the other two blend shape, those two. And then right click on the facial expressions, add selection as target, and then I can just delete those group and the shape I generated, and then I can lower down the original one. And now I have two shapes, one for the right, another one for the left. Okay, let me rename this guy mouse corner left corner. Oh, this one is actually the right side. So right corner up, and the other guy will be the left, of course, and left. So how do I control those? Will be expressions. Right click on it and create expressions, and use a by expression name. I'm gonna not call this one a mouse corner control expressions. And I'm gonna start with my right side here. So this one, it's right corner up. My blend shapes right corner up, right? It's gonna be equals to my controller's positive direction, which is this direction here. So translation Y equals to my translation Y, but I want the positive direction, so let me clamp it. Clamp from 0, 1, controller dot ty, and that's it. And the other guy will be just the copy of this, but this time it's the left side. So left corner and left ty clamped from 0 to 1. Great. All right. Now I have both controllers now controlling the up direction of my mouse. Alright, let me move on to the other guy here. So add the new target, and this is gonna be the mouse corner down, and it's basically the same deal every time. Let me go to the sculpting tool here and drag the corner down. Use grab. Okay. Now you want it to be linear and clean so that you won't have too much trouble when you combine them together. So let me just do some dragging here and there just to maintain the volume. I can maybe smooth that out a little bit and then drag that downwards. And that's being stretched down to including the side face and those ones. Okay, and that goes down to, oh sorry, that goes up to, and that's getting thinner. Alright, so that's unhappy. And let me break that up by using my blend divider one more time. Probably better to just drag it to the shelf. Okay, and then I don't need anything here, just create planes. It's gonna create two planes for me. Control G to group them together and center pivot, so I can just scale it in and move it here. Alright, and then I'm just gonna make the blend shapes really quickly, and then select those two new blend shape target. And right click on my blend shape, add selection as target, and then I can delete the group and the shape created, turn off the original one, and let's take a look. So that's the right side, that's the left side. Let me rename this one mouse right corner down, and the other guy will be mouse left corner down. Okay, now for the controlling, it's facial, it's the expression editor again. So let me just copy this, paste it here. The different here will be this is gonna be down, and because I'm going down using negative direction, so I need to clamp it from -1 to 0, and same thing here, -1 to 0. And translation Y, of course, but I also need to multiply that by -1 because I need to flip that negative value I'm getting because I'm clamping, you know, the negative direction. So add it. Alright, so now my controller's down direction will be doing the mouse going down. Alright, so let's talk about the I think my controller is too small, so I'm getting like super big movements. Let me make them a little bigger. Okay. Alright, so that's the mouse control. Up and down, let's do more here. So I'm gonna go create a new target. That's gonna be the mouse corner out. Okay, for the mouse corner out, just go use sculpting tool again and to make it wider. Oh, use grab. Alright, that's probably already too much, so let me just stop there and just push things out to here around the mouse and do some dragging effect over here, and also shifting the topology away from the center just to mimic that, you know, stretching effect. And I'm also going to make it thinner too. Okay, so that's the mouse getting thinner, and because of that I can also just push it in just a little bit so that it's like mimicking the volume maintain effect. Alright, let me have it all the way up and create plane again. Grab those two planes, Control G, center pivot, and then just scale them in, and then grab my model one more time and then make blend shapes. That's gonna make two more blend shape for me. I'm gonna grab those two and then right click there and add selection as target. Alright, let me delete those ones I just created, zero out my original one. Let's take a look. That's the right side, so mouse right corner out, and the other guy will be left corner out, and the control will be again here. So let me copy that, the first one, just one more time. We're going to use the translate X this time, and for the corner out. Oh, edit. Okay, so now my corner out will be controlled by the positive direction of my X. Okay. Alright, let's do the final ones, the in. So new target, this is going to be the mouse corner in. Okay, and then use sculpting tool here, and I'm just gonna drag this one inwards using grab, of course. Go inwards. Okay. And tweak where the corner is, and here I can also shifting things in. Just give them nice and even distribution of those poly loops. Okay, and also drag the surrounding geometry inwards just to mimic that following effect. And also, of course, make it wider because of the pushing. And also make it go forward. Alright, looking good. Let me just go all the way up to 1 and just the same step, right? Create planes, grab those two, Control G, center pivot, and just scale it in. I'm gonna be more like this, I think. And then make blend shapes. Okay, let me grab both and blend shape, right click, add selection as target. I don't need the original ones anymore, and now I have this right side and left side. Okay, let me also go do some renaming. So mouse mouse left corner in. Oh, this is actually right, and the other guy will be mouse left corner in. Okay, and then go back to this guy one more time. I'm gonna copy this and then paste it, and instead of out, this one will be in and in. I use negative direction again, and I'm gonna clamp it from -1 to 0 instead, and that's actually everything. So add it. Alright, so now I have all the controls, so I can go in, out, up and down, in, out, up and down, you know. But sometimes they don't look really nice, like this is bad, this is bad, this is not that good, I have that. And this is probably okay, but still I can still fix it somehow. So that's gonna require me to do some corrective shape. Okay. So let me do the corrective shape for the smile first. Like this. It does look okay, but it's not perfect. Like especially this part, the corner of the mouse, may need some fine tuning. So let me grab my model and create a new target, and call this one mouse out up corrective. Whoops. I must have typed in some bad letters. It doesn't allow me to do. Anyway, let me just use the grab brush one more time to do some fixing. Like I don't want it to be pinched in that much, right? And here I want the volume to be better maintained. So I don't want to have a flat line, flat plane there. I want to push some of the tissues back and give them more volume here, and because it's pushing both up and outwards, I'm gonna have most of this part being bulged out because of that pushing. Okay. And I may need to go here and also fix that contour a bit more. And here I'm gonna just keep dragging until you think the shape is the shape that she is supposed to be having. Okay. And here I may need to do some traditional modeling to make it even better by dragging that and use soft selection and push it inwards. And for that guy, I'm gonna push it this way. That guy again, push it out, just to try to you know, create a nice little corner here. Okay. Sometimes that's some of those things that doesn't look nice is because of the, you know, texture here. It's sometimes it's not clean, especially when you're texturing it. When the mouse is like close, then you'll have some trouble making a really clean texture because of the, you know, closing part up here. But anyway, you should be able to make this fairly quick. Let me just go drag that down and maybe forward a little bit. Okay, and let me also just try to give it more, you know, volume here. Right, that's before, that's after. Did some minor tweaking, but it's gonna be better than before. Okay, so just to make her happy in this case. Anyway, so now I just need to create corrective shape for this guy. Let me grab my controllers, zero them out first. That's gonna isolate what the corrective shape is, and then I can create plane again, and then grab my planes, Control G, center pivot, and then scale them in like that, and then grab my model, make plane shape. Grab those two, and then there, right click, add selection as target. I'm gonna call this one mouse left up out corrective. Okay, I also rename this one right side up out corrective. Let me zero that out. Okay, I don't need those two anymore. And let's take a look. Select this. It's really weird on its own, but that's okay. We're using that as corrective shape. So let's go back to the expression editor and let's see how we can make that happen using the coding. So it's actually a little easier than the other guys. You don't have to clamp or anything. Just, you know, the plane shape here will be equals in this case, so left up and out. You just find where the left up is and multiply that with the left out, so which is this guy. Okay, and then add it. So now what happens is when this guy is going to the corner, oh, not this guy, the other guy, going to the corner. Oh, you know what? I'm naming them wrong. It's okay, I can do this. Change that back to something so I can swap that. So this is supposed to be the left, and the other guy is supposed to be the right. And I don't even have to change my code, just add it to redo the connection. And now it's working. So when I drag this up, you see now I'm having very good deformation because this corrective shape is also being turned on. Let me do the same thing for the other side. It's not hard at all. Just the same code, change all the left to right, and we're good to go. Oops, right. And that's gonna be right 2, and that's gonna be right 2. Okay, and add it. Alright, that's how we did in class. But you know that when you need more, right? That one needs corrective shapes. That one needs corrective shapes, and that one needs corrective shape 2, and that one needs corrective shape 2. But you know, for those parts, I think I'm gonna fast forward and finish everything real quick so that you can actually see the process. But I don't think I need to explain anything anymore. It's just this repetitive step. Okay. Hello guys, we have finished all the corrective shapes for the face, for the mouse. So now no matter where I move it, I can expect with good results. Now you have to understand that most of the time the animator will go here and drag something and go here and drag something to create a facial expression, right? And some of the combinations may look ugly like that, but that's never going to happen in the animation anyways, so you don't have to worry about that. And they've already really touched to the extreme, so you don't have to worry about that. Just give them that ability to push further if they wanted to, but it really doesn't need that much. But sometimes maybe this kind of expression is good if they wanted that, right? So they still have that opportunity to do some interesting changes. And I personally feel this kind of control, even though that things like the nose control can, I turned that off by dragging this down. The nose control, this is good enough for all the combinations of those two shapes, but it feels lesser intuitive than having two sides to control it anyways, right? But it's easier to have just one controller to create. So it's your choice to either use two controllers, right, like this, to control the corner or one side of the expression, or you can have just two shapes. It's all up to you. Okay. So the assignment will be just finish everything that we did here, and you should be able to do multiple interesting expressions now. Like if I want to do happy, I can do like a happy face, and when you smile your cheek goes up. Okay, and nose could be going up a little bit too, and I can make this part a little bit more stronger to create some asymmetrical effect. Okay, and cheek goes up more, and maybe I can have some sort of a sneer. I call it sneer, but it's just having more tension around the eyes, so I can do that. It just makes things easier, and then I can maybe make the eyebrow also go happier, maybe raise it up, right? Okay, and maybe I can open the mouth a little bit. Oh, because I turned off the skin cluster too. To turn that back on. Okay. I open the mouse a little bit. Oh, I have some weighting issue here, so probably gonna fix that next time. Okay, so let's not open the mouse. Alright, and you can also control the eyelid, like, to make it even more like smile. And maybe she's not only smile, but also excited, so I can make the eye open more. Right? A lot of things you can do now with the facial expression to do, a lot of emotions. Maybe make the eyebrow go further away a little bit. Okay, cool. And then I'm trying to limit the amount of controllers, so you can just grab all those things here to select all the controllers of the facial expression, and those are the core ones that you need to create facial expression. That doesn't mean that's everything. You will see a lot of new controls in the future when we're doing advanced controls, but for now that's all we have. And if you understand how everything works here, you can understand other facial expressions. You can create your own facial expression. Let me do one more angry, like angry, right? So that's not happy here, and cheek goes up too. Right, and the eyebrow will just go nuts. So let me show none, show polygon, show curves, so that I can only do that. I'm disabling that so it's easier for me. So this is not happy. Drag that inwards. Okay, and then I can also make the sneer. I need to sneer that guy too. Right, and I can make the eye open a little bit more. And maybe I'll also open downwards just to make that strong tension here. And then I can make this unhappy face doing that. Right, now she is not happy. Okay, so a lot of things you can do now with this expression. And maybe we can try a sorry face. The sorry face will be more like, the eyebrow would be like, oh, like this. Okay, and the other guy can have this too, but my eyebrow is not very well designed this time. So it's a little bit incapable of doing some of the expressions, but I'm still okay with it. Okay, so that's gonna be, you know, depending on if you're really this kind of sorry or that kind of sorry, right? You're more focused or not. You can do all those different things now. Okay, so so you can maybe make the, you know, the lip shrinking in a little bit, right? So you know, maybe just the nose go down a little bit, so it's like a little bit more depressed kind of thing, and you can drag that, you know. All right, so we can do a lot of expressions with it. Of course, it's going to be harder for us to do other things, like probably we cannot do very simple maybe speaking, right? I need those lip things to have that. You just need to create those different pronunciations, and you can create the curling of the lip, you know, all sorts of other stuff. Alright, so that's gonna be it for this tutorial, and there's no secret in all of the processes. It's more like be patient and make every shape you can create as good as possible, and you can achieve good results. Okay, and also that's also all character based, so different character oftentimes you may choose to have different kind of smile and, you know, angry face, so that I personally believe that facial expression should be done manually, and you shouldn't rely on any plugins, because, you know, the plugin is not smart enough to understand the face. Okay, alright, that's gonna be it for today. The assignment again is finish everything on the mouse, and next time we're gonna finish everything, like open the mouse, we can do some more corrective shape there, and maybe we can do some weighting changes here. Maybe we can rig the tongue, and we can then do some cleanup, like organizing our hierarchy, and then give the controller some color coding so that it feels complete. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I'm gonna see you in the next tutorial.